So we're back for part 2 of graphing linear relations, and this time we have a different type of an equation, but we're going to do the same thing. We have an equation, we fill out our table of values, we transfer it onto the graph. If it makes a straight line, then it's a linear relation. So we've got this Cartesian graph again with the 4 quadrants, and we're going to start filling out our table of values. We're going to put in that x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to keep it simple, so that our input into this creates an output, a final answer on output. So if you have an output, a final answer, take the other one and usually make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the easiest numbers to use to start with. When we put a 1 in here, 1 minus 1 inside the brackets, we'll do brackets first according to BEDMAS. 1 minus 1 is 0, and then 0 times 2 would be 0. When we put a 2 in here, 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 times 2 is 2. Starting to notice a pattern, it's going up by 2. We'll see if it continues. Put a 3 in there. X is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. We've now established a pattern that it goes up by 2, which you can see because when we expand those brackets, 2 times x is 2x, and of course anything that's attached to the x is usually the numerical coefficient we learned earlier, and that means usually that it's going up by that much, in this case 2's. So we can make a 6 and an 8. Now we can put this onto the graph. When x is 1, y is 0. There's our x is 1, and our y is 0. X is 2, y is 2. We notice it went up 2 and over 1. Let's see if it continues. When x is 3, y is 4. X is 3, y is 4. Went up 2 and over 1, so we can go up 2 and over 1, up 2 and over 1, and we'd be able to continue that pattern. That's what it's doing on here, is it's going up 2 and over 1. Every time this one goes up by 1. So every time we go 1 that way, we go up by 2 vertically. Once we put these all on here, we can now take a ruler, in an ideal world of course, and we can create our straight line joining those. We have now graphed the equation y equals 2x minus 1 and made our table of values, and we've completed the question.